We have this incredible new strategic plan with a mission and a vision. And I want to look at some of the successes that, in particular, our students, both current and former students, our alumni, have accomplished in this past year. So as we look to achieving our vision through student success. I want to start with a story of Liz Sweet and talk about personalized attention to our students. Is Tom Davis here? Tom? I didn't let Tom know I was going to talk about him, so I apologize to Tom. He's teaching at 4:30. All right, so hopefully he's watching online. Tom, sorry about this. Tom is a professor in health promotions and education. And Liz Sweet graduated from North Iowa Community College in 2016. At that time, she had a son who was soon to be 2 years old, and she was engaged to her fiancé, the father of that small child, and they were to be married within the year. That summer, her husband, her fiancé, was tragically killed in a car accident. She had already applied and been accepted to the program here and was going to get her degree in education from us. Her world, of course, was turned upside down. Fortunately, she had a great support network. She lives in Charles City. Her mother, other people around her, of course, supported her, but she wasn't sure about what her next steps would be. And she sent Tom a note ahead of time about what had just happened, the situation and circumstances that she found herself in, and then came to meet him on campus for a transfer student orientation. As she walked into the room, the first thing Tom said to her was, "How can I help? How can I make a difference? What do you need now so that you can achieve your goals?" Liz has reflected on that for the 2 years that she's been a student of ours. She was able to enroll that fall, started classes. She finished all of her classes this spring in 2 years. Spent this summer at PDCM Insurance on an internship, and I think, I've got to check with Joyce Morrow, but she may be our newest alum once she finished that internship. Just have to get that done. But she credits Tom and his amazing outreach and asking a simple question that epitomizes the way this university works. People talk about Iowa Nice a lot, and I say Iowa Nice doesn't exist. What exists is Iowa kindness. Nice is on the surface. Kindness comes from the heart. Kindness asks, what can I do to help you? It doesn't just smile and shake your hand. It makes a difference in your life the way Tom Davis made a difference in Liz Sweet's life, the way all of you make a difference in students' lives every day that we're together with them. So, Tom, you're out there. Thanks very much for making a difference in Liz's life, helping her achieve this goal. It'll mean the world not only to her, but to her son and her entire family. So, we also work very hard at providing a very diverse place for our students and make sure that we're not just diverse, but we're inclusive, that we give every student, regardless of their background, regardless of their race, regardless of their religion, regardless of their abilities, an equitable chance to be successful and give them equitable services to be successful. Talk about two students who have been extremely successful on our campus. One, Laura Lopez, who's a senior global marketing major in the College of Business. She had a global banking internship this year with Bankers Trust. It was a very successful internship for her. In fact, her supervisor posted her internship on LinkedIn. That's how I found out about her, all right, is a LinkedIn thing from her supervisor about what an incredible student she was. But Laura is also involved in various activities, not only here at the University of Northern Iowa in the Cedar Valley, but she also volunteers with the Des Moines Area Community College, and she's very involved in Latinos Unidos of Iowa, an organization that helps Latinos across the state of Iowa be successful, but especially in reaching their educational goals, helping to raise funds so that students can go to school and have the things that they need to reach those educational and professional goals. Shaylin Taylor is a sophomore in communications and public relations and had an internship this year with the African American Museum, which is in Cedar Rapids. She had a wonderful time there working on some educational programs, working on some marketing materials, just about anything that they needed to have done. One of the projects that she was working on there, has been working on, will open up here in September, about a month couple of weeks. And it's called Journey to Freedom. It's an interactive program where students, any visitor, can see what it was like and to participate as a runaway slave in the Underground Railroad, to really try to relive what it was like for these people to escape slavery in the Deep South. An incredible program. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to it coming out and the opportunities to see what Shalyn and her colleagues have put together at the African American Museum of Iowa. I got a chance to know both Leah and Megan this year. They are masters, both graduated with master's degrees in music, vocal performance. They're both opera singers. Both will be very shortly opera stars. And I don't say that because I know anything about opera. My wife has told me they will be, but I say that because of what they have been able to do this past year. Leah Lensing this year competed in the Houston Symphony's Eleanor McCullum competition for young artists and won it and received $10,000. And the concert of arias that was put on by all of the students that were participating in this was live streamed. And I think I was sitting in a hotel in DC when it was on. It might have been Dallas. I'm really not sure about this past year, but I was sitting in a hotel in one of those two cities and watched it, and she did a remarkable job. And while it was going on, you could vote for the People's Choice Award, right? She also won the People's Choice Award at that event, which was voted on live as they were performing. So an amazing talent, going off to do great things. Megan Gray, you may recognize that name. Her father is a faculty member in the biology department, Mark Gray. But anthropology, thank you for the correction. Thank you. Mark's in anthropology. Mark saw me this summer, so he's going to come and talk to me a little bit later, I'm sure. We talked a little bit about Megan. Megan competed in the Metropolitan Opera's Young Artist Series and finished as a grand finalist in that and has been invited and is participating in their Lindemann Young Artist Development Program as we speak. So she's singing with the Met, doing wonderful, wonderful things. Both of these students were very, very active on our campus in performances. Megan performed as Hansel in Hansel and Gretel, and both of them did numerous sort of presentations, arias and things, not just on stage, but for many of us at student events and special events across the campus. Jordan Caruso is a recent graduate in textiles and apparel. She did an internship in New York City with Oscar de la Renta. She is currently working for Jockey Sports Apparel in Kenosha, Wisconsin. While she was here, besides the opportunity to do an internship with Oscar de la Renta, she was contacted by, the department was contacted by the mayor of Waterloo, Quentin Hart, one of our alums, who was celebrating the 100th anniversary of the patenting of the clip-on bow tie. Paying attention, Andrew? Okay. Oh yeah, he only wears real ones, I'm sorry. But Quentin Hart is a bow tie fan, and the clip-on bow tie was invented here in Waterloo. So Quentin wanted to celebrate it, and he asked for bow ties to be created, and Jordan put together the design for the bow ties that were used during that event. She was asked to put these together. So she designed the fabric and then how to put it together and created all the bow ties for that very special event. Jordan is like many of our students. It's great to talk about all the things that she's done in her major and the things she's done there, but she was also a counselor for UNI's hip hop camp, and she is one of our STEM ambassadors and works with students across the valley and throughout the state in helping develop STEM and STEM education, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, across the state of Iowa as well. So an extremely dedicated, talented young woman who gives of herself to many, many other events, like many of our other students. Cody Wilson is an example of what happens when we take time away from sort of the classroom teaching, get involved in our scholarship get involved in our creative endeavors, get involved in the things that are about our discipline. Cody got an opportunity to work on undergraduate research while he was here in the physics department. As you can see, he's now the director of R&D for Passport Systems in Maryland. He's got a really unique job. What he does is design detectors using nuclear resonance fluorescence to look inside vehicles to see if they're carrying contraband or explosives without looking inside the vehicle. All right, so this really developed after 9/11, and what they're looking for are the things that could explode or that shouldn't be in there without having to open the doors inside large cargo vans and cargo vehicles. Really impressive work that they're working on. He's directing that and director of R&D for this company, working on that project in particular. Cody is also a big brother as part of Big Brothers and Sisters of Massachusetts. So again, this continues to run our vision of helping students not just be successful in their educational goals and in their professional goals, but in their personal life goals and giving back to their communities is seen in almost all of these students. These two individuals, of course, represent what the real point of our vision is. We do all the things that we have just talked about so that our students are ready and able to become local and global leaders. These two individuals, Juan Hernandez is a senior Spanish major. I saw him the other day and asked him if he was ready for classes to start, and he said no. And he's got this really cool smile, and he kind of grins, no. And turns out that in October, he's headed off on a study abroad to Spain, and so won't be with us this fall. But he's on campus, he's around until October, and then he's taking off for a study abroad opportunity. Juan was recently recognized for his work with the Latino fraternity Lambda Theta Phi, and was awarded their undergraduate award of distinction for the work that he's done with that. At this point, our Lambda Theta Phi organization isn't yet a full fraternity. It's a colony. It's working towards that. Juan has been instrumental in helping it get started, but also working with others on campus, other organizations on campus, putting together the first Latino Heritage Month set of activities that have ever happened on this campus. He's also involved as a English teaching assistant at the YWCA downtown and is one of our diversity student promoters working around the Cedar Valley to help students from diverse backgrounds realize that they can be college students and especially recruit them to the University of Northern Iowa. Skylar Mayberry Mays, many of you may know, he was an outstanding student when he was here, involved in many, many things. He's back often. He serves on one of the College of Business Administration's advisory boards. Tyler is moving up the ranks at Nationwide Insurance, and he's recently been recognized as their Volunteer of the Year for the whole company throughout their entire country. Skylar is a mentor. He started out mentoring in a school mentoring program and then moved to a community mentoring program because it gave him more opportunities to work with a larger variety of people and a little more flexibility in how he was able to help them. Because of his work, their board of directors asked him to join their finance committee, and shortly after that asked him to join the board of directors and lead their young professionals development program. A tremendous honor for someone so young and moving up quickly in their career, but a lot of that is through his dedication back to the community and giving back to the people that live and support his community as well. So as you can see, as we look at the students that we've seen up here, they've gone off and done great things, are doing great things here. But they're not doing that alone. They're doing that because of our commitment to the success of our students, our commitment to our mission, and our commitment to our vision to help them meet their educational, professional, and personal life goals and what that means to their future. It is what they have learned here from you, from your colleagues, from our friends and neighbors around this university that's put them in the places to be able to do this. Given them the education, given them the knowledge, given them the skills, given them the habits of mind, the ways of thinking that not only make them successful in their professions, but help them give back and help them realize the importance of making a difference in their communities. As we created our strategic plan, we knew that there were a few other strategic plans that needed to come along and support that. Our athletics department has wrapped up their strategic plan this past year as they went out and met with not only community members, but members across the UNI campus to look at the strategic plan and to get feedback on their strategic plan and to update it and continue to make it better. And they've come up with the 5 goals that you see here, ensuring athletics is a model department for academic success, and then enhancing the engagement we have with the communities we serve, and you can read the others. I want to talk a little bit about the track team, men's and women's track team, as an example of that. This year's track team, the men's track team, first of all, won the Missouri Valley Conference track meet. That's a big deal. It's been a while since we've been close to that, and Dave Paulson, our track coach, was named Coach of the Year. More importantly, our women's track team finished as the Missouri Valley academic champions, edging out Drake by 0.03 of a GPA percentage point. I don't know exactly how you lean into the tape in academics, but they found a way to do it and edge out Drake, right? With a 3.46 cumulative GPA for the women's track team. On the men's track team, Alex Jackson, a biology major who graduated, completed a biology major with a 4.0 GPA and was named by Google Cloud to an academic All-American, as an academic All-American. We also had one individual, Jacob Smith, who was an All-American in the 400-meter hurdles this year and finished 6th in the nation. We've had several other All-Americans this year spread across campus, 3 of them, in various sports, 3 in volleyball, 2 in wrestling, 1 in wrestling, 2 in football. But the track team this year, I just wanted to use as an example of the commitment that our athletics program has made to academics. We had five of our sports this year that for the last 4 years have maintained a perfect APR of 1,000. 5 of them: men's golf, women's golf, volleyball, women's basketball, and women's cross country have all maintained a perfect academic progress ratio. That's amazing. And our volleyball team has continued their streak of 13 straight times doing that. They're the only women's volleyball team in the country with that record. So great success. Congratulations to David and his crew for getting this strategic plan put together. It fits so well with the strategic plan that the university has put together. In student affairs, just as we were kind of presenting this last year, we got notice from the Department of Health and Human Services that we were going to receive a grant of $300,000. It's a little over $100,000 a year, and it was really for suicide prevention, and it was given to the Student Health Clinic, the Counseling Center, and Student Wellness, and it really was to create this program around suicide prevention, mental health awareness. So congratulations to everyone involved in pulling this together, getting that grant in, and making sure it was written in such a way that the funds would arrive. More importantly, thank you for your commitment to our students and to our faculty and staff and their mental health. This is one of the big concerns on college campuses and really across our country in schools and communities. Mental health issues are wreaking havoc across our country. We have those same problems on our campus. We are at least one of the organizations, one of the campuses that's really stepping up and being proactive and putting in place ways that we can help students that are facing depression, other mental health issues, and are contemplating suicide, and putting resources in place for them and finding ways to help them make healthier choices and live a healthier life. It is a very difficult conversation to enter. It's a very, very difficult problem to take on. But it's one that we have to take on as a society. I'm very, very proud of the people in student affairs, these organizations in particular, for taking the effort, and it's a great effort, to put together a proposal and then put together the programs that will make a difference in so many people's lives. So thank you. One of the programs that I've found out about since I've come here is the New Faculty Academy that is now in its 3rd year. And Susan Hill, who's way back there in the corner, in the darkest part of the auditorium, is directing that for us as the director of our Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning. When I graduated with my master's degree and took a job up at Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota, I was given the luxury of teaching one class and overseeing one lab, and given nearly a third time release time for my teaching duties so I could learn to teach. And I was paired with two senior faculty members who really were two of the best in teaching physics and science at that institution. It made a huge difference in the quality of teaching that I developed following that. This seminar, this academy, is designed in many ways the same way. It's a way to bring new faculty to our campus and give them the time to think about their craft and teaching. Being a faculty member in your research and your scholarship and your service is a craft. And it's something many young faculty haven't thought about, especially if they're coming straight out of graduate school. So to give them some time to think about what they're doing, to get together with colleagues, to have others that have been successful here come and talk to them and help them make decisions about their career, about their teaching, about their research and scholarship, and about their service is a tremendous boost to them, which means it's a tremendous boost to our students and to us as a university. So Susan, thank you for putting this together. Thank you for making it happen. It is very important. The tenure track faculty in this do get a one-course reassigned time if they want it, and that's a tremendous help as well. We're looking and working to create a mid-career academy as well to help faculty as they approach that midpoint in their career start to think about how they take the next step, how they continue to increase what they're doing, or as they look for other opportunities that might be in administration or leadership in other ways, but to help them look at what the career paths in higher education are for someone that's in the middle of their career.